I am the outreach coordinator. I haven't always been the outreach coordinator. I've done this about 3 years, so I've gotten a lot of scam information over 3 years. I used to be with Gatehouse Communications, which was a media company. I worked for New York Times, I worked for Hearst. Spent a lot of time with the media, so it was kind of a good progression. That being said, we'll jump right in, right? How big is the scam problem? We look at it in the whole, $10 billion of fraud. Is that a lot? Yeah, it's a lot of money we lose in the fraud. It's over a 14% increase from 2022, right? We lost, I think, $8.3 billion, and then the year before that we were $5.3 billion, so we've almost doubled the amount of losses we've had in 3 years. That's a lot of money, right? We keep losing. 1 out of 4 of us, 27%, over 1 out of 4 of us is going to be scammed. So out of this room, there's probably more than 1, 2, 3, 4 people have been scammed, right? Doesn't mean we lost a ton. Just means we bought something we thought we were buying, wasn't it, right? Or we lost our money, or some of us lost more than what we thought of, right? So we lose a lot. We look at some more statistics. We'll throw a lot of statistics out today, but it also shows you some examples. This was a lot different when I first started. When I first started, the number 25.2% wanted to bring the perpetrator to justice was a lot higher than that. We were 98%, right? Doesn't mean we don't want to bring them to justice. We just understand it's hard to do, right? A lot of these scams happen over the internet. Online scams make up for almost 40% of overall scams, right? They're behind the phone, right? They're in different countries. You got countries like Malaysia, Cambodia, which actually has scam camps out there where they kidnap people, hold them for ransom, and these are educated people that they do scams. So they're highly educated, so they're hard to catch. So majority of the people, when we say, why do you report the scams, mostly wanted to warn others or wanted to avoid losing money. So why do we do this? We have a tool, Scam Tracker. I don't know who's familiar with it or not. We've done it about 16 years ago. We updated it this year. So we've come together with some pretty big name partners, right? Amazon, Capital One, FINRA, which is the Invested Education Foundation, PayPal, Zelle. You might have heard of some of these, right? These people also lose a lot of money. Amazon's, I think, the #1 impersonated company out there, right? You got that email yet? Says there's a problem with your Amazon account. You got to click here, put in your information. That's a scam, right? Then now they have your information, your credit card information's on there, right? So Amazon will audit a lot of that, right? They'll pay you back. They'll give you the goods. Same with Capital One's credit card company, fraud protection. They pay a lot of these things. So they partner with us to help create a more trustworthy marketplace. So it's a tool, nothing more than a tool to use. We can report scams. We can check scams. There's survival toolkits on this tool. So what do I do if I have been scammed, right? There's a recourse. Where can I go? Where can I get help? You know, what I can look at different scams. So it's the tool to help us out. So I encourage you, if you want an overload of information, you can go there and get it because there's a ton of stuff there. So the studies, right? Nationally, we do studies that we did 67,000 reports. Average loss is $100, right? Not bad. That's down from $170 last year. I think it was $170. So we've gotten better in terms of the amount we lose. But overall, our susceptibility and the amount of the likelihood of us losing is more. So overall likelihood of a loss increased 52%. So when they do get us, we're more likely to get scammed, right? So like Elliot said, don't answer your phone, right? A lot of those happen on the phone. The more we interact, the more we contact, our likelihood of scam goes up and the amount we lose goes up. Even a little bit of relationship makes us lose more money. So a lot of times I spend talking to seniors because seniors lose almost a third of the amount of the money, right? $3.1 billion out of that $10 billion are by seniors. Government impersonation scams, sweepstakes, you won, right? You were selected to win the lottery, Powerball, whatever it is. If you didn't play, you can't win, right? You're not automatically selected, but we fall for these things. And these have a big dollar losses to it. That said, 18, 24-year-olds for the second year in a row lose more money per loss. So just because I talked a lot about seniors doesn't mean the younger people are losing less money, right? Again, online scams, social media scams are on the rise, right? All those have a higher propensity of loss. So when you look locally, we pull some local numbers through our Scam Tracker tool. We had $26,000 lost to scams in Akron alone. $378,000 in Summit County. So that's only one of our 6 counties, right? Yes, it's our biggest and most prominent county, but that's a lot of money, right? And that's locally. That's real dollars here in the marketplace. Now we look at where are our top scams, and we'll look at overall scams, but I wanted to kind of go into what the local ones are, what we should be aware of, right? Because scammers are really good at timeliness, right? No matter what's happening in the market, there's a scam to be had, right? It happened to hurricanes. We had 2 hurricanes. We had Asheville, we had Florida, right? All of a sudden charity scams pop up, hurricane relief. right? Some are legitimate, some aren't. We get a lot of scams that happen to be timeliness. So holidays are a big time for scammers because we are actively spending money and we're actually looking at social media more. We're looking at online purchases. We're answering our phone. We're talking to loved ones, right? So when you look at our locally top 3 or top 14 scams, social media pops up as the first 2, right? Social media scams, 65% increase over the last 2 years, right? So does that surprise anyone? No, we're all over social media, right? We see pop-ups. That's where we are. Emails, yeah, we'll look at them. We kind of look at scam. We're okay with having a ton of emails now. But social media, we're really reactive on. So misleading social media ads, right? You see a lot about those pets, you know, that poor pet at the holiday, you know, help donate the money to help these pets find a home. Well, probably 8 out of 10 of those ads are not real. They're looking for money, right? They're looking for, or we're lonely, right? We get a lot of those too. But you scroll through social media, we see products advertised that aren't real. If you're like me, I'm a very big impulse buyer. I hate to admit that, right? I'm an Amazon junkie, but at least I limit it to Amazon. I don't click on everything, but I'll look at social media posts, I'll click on it, and then I'll go to Amazon and look for it, right? So just to check if it's real, if it's there, or I'll check different sites, but a lot of people don't. We'll click on it, we'll buy it, we'll put a credit card information in there. Yes, and it's a scam, we don't get it, or we get something that's inferior. Might not be a whole lot of money, but it's still loss. So gift exchanges, right? Holiday, we gift exchange. We're not only hurting ourselves, but a lot of the times we're unwillingly sharing personal information about ourselves, and we're letting people into our social media platforms, right? And that now not only hurts us, but now we're opening up our friends and our other groups that are on our social media channels with us in terms of their propensity to get scammed, right? You might have gotten that friend request on Facebook from someone you already have a friend with, and you click on it. Doesn't mean your Facebook's going to blow up. It just means now someone's got access to that friend group. They can further scam. Or, hey, you got an old friend I got some old yearbook pictures to check out. You know them from high school. So you click on a link, and next thing you know, you got a virus in your computer. So all that happens, a lot of that happens on our social media platforms. And then you got holiday apps, right? There's billions of apps out there, right? We're more likely to click on use apps than we are any searching because we all have smartphones now. 88% I think of us have smartphones, right? And they all have the apps on them. So we want to be wary of apps that always review privacy, right? It's automatically going to be a public, open. Our privacy is going to set to open, right? Because they want the ad dollars. You can change privacy settings on every app. You want to make it private. You might not, but I mean, you have the ability to do that. So we want to look at that. We only want to get apps out of the app stores, right? Apple has an app store. Google has an app store. They vet the apps that go through those, but a lot of those, you can go right to the site and download material, right? We want to try to avoid that because a lot of that comes with, anytime you download stuff, you have the ability to now download malware. So we don't want to do that. Fake tolls, anyone get that over the summer? Right? We published a release about it, with the fake toll collective texts. How the holiday times, a lot of us are traveling, right? So you'll get a text from the Ohio Turnpike system saying, you owe money. You went through a toll, you didn't pay, your Easy Pass didn't work, whatever it is, you didn't pay it. You need to click on this link and you need to pay for that. That's a scam, right? I got one, thought it was legit, and then I got a mail copy. So it was legit, right? But I had a mail copy. I could go on the Ohio Turnpike system. I could put in the code. So there's a couple checkpoints on that one, but that's one that's been out fairly. They show a picture with kind of blurry picture of your car. It might have your license plate on it. But we don't want to fall for that one. Anything you get a text from the Ohio Turnpike system is not real. Yeah.
So how do you know when it is?
They will not text you. They put a release out, the Ohio Turnpike system, or any other state turnpike. I got mine from Florida Sun Pass. There's the Easy Pass, right? That's the big one that comes out of New Jersey, Easy Pass. So they have all the different, they will not text any bills to you. Has to be through the mail, or they'll go through your email channel based on the email you have set up if you have like a toll pass. Free gift cards, right? You might have got that email, or hey, you won a Costco gift card, or because you paid for this, you get this free gift card. They're not free. You click on it, it's going to ask for pertinent information. You don't want to give that person pertinent information, right? It's an unsolicited email, gift card. Do not open them. Just delete them. Temporary holiday jobs, right? We've got a lot of employment, and I'll show you in a minute. It's probably number 2 in terms of overall scams we have. A lot of people working remotely or want to work remotely. We see a lot of fake job postings out there. You'll be able to work remote, right? We have remote opportunities. We reimburse you, whatever it is. But looking for holiday or seasonal work, they're going to steal money and personal information. We want to be careful with that. We want to make sure it's legitimate. You want to go to the site and check it out. We want to go away from that check. We don't want to click on a link. We want to look at the URL. So we don't want to just click on anything we have is the bottom line of some of these things. Imposter scams, many forms during the holiday season, purchasing and returning gifts. People that say they are who they aren't, right? That's some of those charities out there. It's also some of the retailers that pop up in our social media feeds that look pretty cool. Like, I like that, I'm gonna click on it. Or you get an email from Costco, it's not Costco, or Walmart, it's not Walmart, it's Target. A lot of that's easily copied, right? They can copy logos, they can regenerate information. Artificial intelligence makes it really easy for them to do that, and us. So we have to work a little harder on it. Talk a little bit about the fake charities, right? There's a charity out there for everyone, but we wanna make sure we are giving to the cause that we wanna give to. I'm not saying don't give, but last few weeks, everyone tries to get in money to tax benefits, or they want to do good. They're feeling charitable, right? We don't want to give that. Big one's the Postal Service. You got that email yet from the Postal Service saying we're having trouble delivering your package? Can you verify your address? That's been going around a lot. Yeah. So in the last kind of round out the top 10 or top 14, we got Advent calendars. Some of you will like those. I'm an old Advent person, but we've got a lot of scam tracker ones on that, on social media, not delivering as promised. Holiday wish list items. Puppy scams, right? Everyone wants to give a puppy. We saw this during the pandemic big time with breeders in terms of, we call it a relationship scam. Romance scams kind of falls under that realm. But we're like, oh, I need a puppy, right? We don't have that puppy. We're not going to find a breeder for it, and then you need to deposit, or you need to give them money to ship them, because you can't just send UPS a puppy, right? You got to have special arrangements to it. And that usually costs more money, and they don't get it. So, or you're looking to adopt a pet, or they want to give money, give money to help a pet get adopted. We have a soft spot for pets, which most people do. And scammers don't really care, right? They don't care about people. They don't care about feelings. They care about money in their pocket. It's unfortunate, but we've had people that fell for romance scams that still want to talk to the person that's scamming them because they really think there's a connection. And we have to kind of keep telling them it's not that person. They don't care. They just want your info, your money. But we have a whole list on our site, so if you're really interested in looking at more, we can go to our site to look at that. But interesting, right? Things change. That's a local. When we look at the bigger part of it, which surprised me, but number one is investment cryptocurrency took the number spot this year, right? We kind of combine them because they work together. Does anyone have cryptocurrency in here? What's the word? Is it going over? Is it over $100 still? $100,000 a share? So we've had a good run with it. It goes up and down, but it's very volatile, and most people don't understand how it runs, right? So because of that, it's very easy to scam, right? So when you look at investment types of it, crypto kind of takes two different scam opportunities, right? The market goes down. I have an opportunity. I get an email for an opportunity to invest in cryptocurrency. I don't understand it that much. I'm offered, it's high risk or high reward, low risk, which doesn't really go together. I don't understand. I can't get out of it that fast. There's two different wallets, but I understand I can make money with it, so people invest in it. That's the one way. The other way is they have you pay for things in cryptocurrency. So is everyone familiar with gift cards, right? We don't need to pay for anything with gift cards. If you aren't, you are now, right? If anyone asks you to pay for anything in gift cards, it's not real. It's not a form of payment you need to submit. People are starting to know that. So cryptocurrency kind of takes a place. Right? Scammer calls and says, I need you to pay for that, or your bill's running late, your electricity is going to be shut off. But I can take it by crypto, and I'm like, I don't have crypto, right? But it's okay. They send you a QR code, and you scan it with you take it to your ATM, and you scan it with the ATM, and it takes money out of your bank account and sends it to them. So it's liquid, right? So the average loss on a crypto account is $3,600. So they like those type of losses, right? Cryptocurrency, wire transfers, anytime you get asked to send money different ways like that, means more money lost, right? So we got employment, number 2, right? Big one. Online purchases, home improvement, romance snuck up number 5, and these were number 7, right? And then we all the way go down to travel, vacation, because if you're like me, you like to take vacation, you want to have some fun, and I can go to Disney World, all expenses paid, for like $500 for my family, right? Or you get that fake Airbnb. There's a lot of those out there. If you don't go to the traditional sites or go look for them, I can get that rental. You show up and you're like, there's no hotel here. That's got to be a scary feeling, especially when you go travel on a player plane to do it. but it happens. So, mentioned earlier, our monetary loss went down, 171 to 100. Susceptibility went up. So again, percentage of reports that include a dollar loss. So again, I'm trying to say, don't answer the phone, don't click on the links, don't interact. I usually have some people saying, I like to answer the phone and play with them, you know. I know there's a scammer, I yell at them, I blow a whistle, or I'll keep them on the phone just to waste their time. And that's fine, but your chances just went up of being taken from a scam, right? Because you're going to say something, or they're going to have your voice now they can record and do something else with later. You're going to give them information about your name of somewhere, where you live. All that is powerful to a scammer. So you just don't want to involve with them. There's less things to lose, right? And then we have a couple other ones that seem to pop up. I already talked about the postal scam, but we have a couple other big ones. Brushing scams. Anyone heard of that one? All right, brushing's it's unique because what they'll do is they send you a package. So you get a package, you don't know where it came from, so you open the package, right? It has this nice little QR code in there. It says scan to see who your surprise sender is. Of course, if you're curious, like, yeah, I want to know, right? So you scan it, and it unlocks your phone, and it tells you that information to the phone, to the scammer. So now they got access to everything in your phone. We don't want to do that. So yes, it costs them more to send that package, and I'm sure that what's in that package is not that expensive, right? It's maybe a Temu something, right? That costs 50 cents. Nothing wrong against Temu. We do get a lot of complaints against Temu, but they're a legitimate company, and people buy things from them. And the other one's energy rebates. We don't know enough about energy. Kilowatts per hour, megawatts per hour, whatever it is, they price it. Why? I don't know who my energy supplier is, but I qualify for a rebate, right? So I can give them information. I'm eligible. I click give information. I lose my information, or I lose dollars. It happens when things go up. So our energy bills right now are higher because it's getting colder, right? So now we're paying attention. Why is my heat bill so high, right? Or in the summer when air conditioner's going, those are one of these types of things that happen. So things happen, right? Again, cryptocurrency, 45 plus. Number one riskiest age. That's where we know everything. 45 plus, right? You can't tell me anything else. I know it. Second riskiest, 25, 54 though. But there are some, again, I'm not bashing cryptocurrency. Again, it went up from when I first gave this presentation. Cryptocurrency was, I think, $55,000 a share, and now it's over $100,000 a share. So people that invested in it over that period of time made a good amount of money. But you have to be willing to take that risk, right? I don't know enough about it. I'm not going to speak to it. But if you want to trade in cryptocurrency, talk to a professional, knows how to do it. Again, 80% reported losing money when targeted. Employment, $2,000 medium loss. So these are some bigger losses, right? So I mentioned average loss is $100. These raise this is the bigger one, right? So there's a lot of things under $100. So that's $100 the average. Employment scams kind of bring it up. Not a whole lot for the older adults. We do see it in volunteering sometimes, because what happens is you're volunteering, I need some office supplies, or I'm going to purchase, a postage, I need to send something, and the company says, I'll reimburse you, right? So they send you a cashier's check, you cash the cashier's check. It's not really a cashier's check. It gives your information to your bank to the scammer, or they have go buy things at these places. They already have them set up as fake vendors, and they take your money, right? And you don't get the product. So it happens, but mostly it's 18 to 44-year-olds. But a lot of people want to work remotely now, right? It's a hot topic, so people know that. This is a big one, these two. 42% of all scams happen online. Shouldn't surprise us, right? We're all there. 82% lose money. Second riskiest for 18 to 24, 55, 64. I've had people, does anyone not buy anything online? It's got to be someone, right? Yeah, okay. But do you shop online? All right, so you're one of the few. It's good. You avoid 42% of the time. You're half as less likely to get scammed now. But most people, we kind of forced you guys online. We being during the pandemic, we had to shop online. We kind of got comfortable with it. So I can put my information. I don't feel bad about putting credit cards out there now because I set up two-step notifications, right? You know what that is? Everyone know what two-step notifications are? All right. So when you have to put in your information, when I go to a site like my bank, I got to put in my username, password, and then they send me a code somewhere, right? My email, that's a second step. That's a good thing. Do that with your passwords. Do that with your bank account, your email, your investment accounts. That helps this problem, right? Some of these you might have seen, right? Instagram, someone's trying to log into your account. Here's a code, right? That's the security code. You sign in, you put in that code. That's the second step, right? So they've already bypassed. You might have two-step verification, but they just gave you the code to put in there, right? Here's the lottery giveaway. Congratulations, selected to receive a free gift card from Amazon, $1,000. right? I'm going to click on it. It's a link. We don't want you to click on these things because anyone can name that link, right? We don't know where that's going to go. We click on it and go to take us anywhere. And what's going to happen, I'm going to have to put in personal information, right? So it's going to have information because I got to send it somewhere, or I got to get them an email, or I got to give them a bank account where they need to put it in. You got what I'm saying? And we do that pretty quickly. It's like, cool, I can do that. I got it. I need the money. So fake shopping websites, right? We want to only trust HTTPS, and we can look at that. You know how we can hover over that. If you hover your little mouse over that's called the URL, it'll tell you where that is. So if you ever get an email from someone you don't know where it's from, hover over it, and you can look at the big, long email chain usually, and it's not, if it's from Netflix, for example, I think I might have a Netflix up here, up in the left-hand corner. It says Rama, Cop2, whatever, Yaka, blah, 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 all the way. It's some really long URL you can't understand. So it's definitely not Netflix, right? But it looks like Netflix. Update current billing information. Click here. PayPal account. This is one I got, right? Resolve. I don't have a PayPal account, so it's not real. That's pretty easy. But why would it be coming from a server at hp.com address? Right? And a lot of times we're looking at it on our cell phone, right? Or our mobile phone or tablet. We can't read it. It's small. Or you're driving. You know, that's always a fun one to do when you're driving. You just really have to look at that. But we do that, and we do it pretty quickly. National Security Department. There is no National Security Department, I don't think. Totally fake organization, but it gets our attention. Because if I get something from National Security Department, I'm going to look at it. You know, it's like the old Social Security IRS scam. There was your Social Security number is involved in a fraudulent activity, right? If you don't answer or call me back with the last 4 digits of your Social Security number, you're going to be a warrant issued for your arrest. It can get your attention, but these are not real, right? So we have to take it with a grain of salt. I always say give it time, right? If it comes back again, maybe pay a little more attention to it, but no one's going to turn off your electric with one email or phone call. No one's going to, suppress any kind of your access to things with just one email. So take time. Don't sit on it. The more time we put between us and reaction, the less problems we're going to have, because that's where we panic. That's where we get into trouble. We don't operate very well under stress, right? So I talk to high schoolers about that all the time, about financial stability. That's the number one, stressor. Well, we don't do very well with stress. Anyone win the lottery in here yet? You wouldn't be here, right? Be somewhere warmer. But we see in Akron especially, we saw a lot of lottery losses last year. And some of them have been rather large, over $100,000. So you've been selected, right? Your number showed up as a 13 out of 20 listed names, right? Like I didn't play the lottery. We didn't have to. You're just randomly selected. That doesn't happen. Insane, right? I got to give them information. Can you text me this number? Congratulations, you won the Powerball, $1.5 million. Kind of goes along with the Publishers Clearinghouse, right? That's another one of those big impersonated companies, real company, right? They give away real dollars. But anytime you have to give money to get money, it's a scam. You don't have to do that. You don't have to give them down payment. You don't have to pay for legal fees. So those are little catchphrases you want to understand. But if you don't really play, and this came from a Yakub Miss Breenan, again, a weird name, weird address. Text message is becoming popular with scammers now because we're more reactive to it, right? We kind of got blinded by all the emails and we don't pay attention to as much emails, but if a bing on our phone comes through, we have a text comes through, we usually look at it. So they know that now. So if they can get our text information, that's powerful to them, right? You ever get that text message that seems like a wrong address and they go, is this Mike? And you go, no, this is not Mike. Well, who is it? No, it's Kelly. Now they got my name with my number, right? Oh, you sound nice. And, they want a conversation. They want to develop a relationship, but they really want the information because that information now shows up and is now sold in different places. And now I start getting texts from other people, right? And now they have my name. Sounds innocent, right? I'm just answer a question. I'm trying to be nice, but it happens. When you look at scams by age, and I'm not going to go through it all, but pretty much as we get up here, investment cryptocurrency takes the number one spot. Online purchases, romance. Romance, actually, we're number 5 worst in the country out of 52 states. So we don't do very well in this. We lose, I think, an average of over $5,000. And it's not just romance, right? It gets a bad rap. Religious groups, we saw it in breeders, right? Any kind of group that we're developing a relationship with, we have conversations, we have similar interests, and then they start asking for money, right? We had a couple people in Akron. I don't know if I have an example here or not. That lost one gentleman lost $200,000, right? This nice woman, right? He befriended online. She had a business opportunity for him. So he had to send her $100,000 in gift cards and $100,000 in cryptocurrency. That doesn't sound kind of weird, but I guess when you're in lust or love, he did it and lost $100,000. And the other more of the story is payment methods, right? If someone asks you to pay outside of a normal payment method, credit cards are the most important one, right? We see the most losses, 41% of the losses on credit card, but the average loss is only $65, right? They don't like credit cards, right? There's fraud protection on credit cards. They're harder to launder. So why would I want a credit card if I'm a scammer, right? It takes me more time to do that. I want over here. I want a wire transfer for $8,000. I want $1,000 in cash, right? A lot of people were scared, right? The banking system's collapsing, whatever. We had some issues with your bank. Please go to your bank, take out the money. We'll send a driver to pick it up. We'll put it in a secure location, and they know enough about you. We've had some people fall for that, and that's a big chunk of money. But cryptocurrency, $300. So check sucks on the rise, right? You might even have in your bag, I don't know, did Elliot put the check writing pens in there you can't erase? Yeah, so they have chemicals now, they can erase the checks, right? So you send a check, they erase it, write whoever they want in there, cash a check. We don't check our bank accounts that much, right? We might not notice it, but we're seeing it embrace. That's why they included that in the bag as the check writing pen. I might write 2 checks, but I have a lot of people say online banking is not secure. I'm scared of it. It's very secure, right? It's very encrypted. Even the credit cards they use now with the encryption tap to scan, much more secure than the scam. Remember we had to slide the cards? Card skimmers were big. They could take that information much more easily out than you can off the chip. So we're getting better, and that's why I say I always encourage people to use the electronic forms. It's much easier to check. You can check them very, very often. But anyone asks you outside of that, no one shouldn't be wiring money to anyone unless it's secure. You know where you're doing it, why you're doing it. So when you talk about impersonations, right? Amazon, number 2, U.S. Postal Service. These are Publishers Clearinghouse, Geek Squad. I think we're even on here, Better Business Bureau, right? People think we can change the ratings or we can help, people portray us. I'm the Better Business Bureau. I can change your F rating to a B+ if you just pay us. We're not them. But they impersonate these companies because we're trusting, right? We recognize them. We're more likely to be brand loyal, to click on something if we're these companies. So we have a lot of them, just because something comes from Amazon doesn't mean it's from Amazon, right? We want to check it. If we're not sure, we want to go to the site. We never want to click on the links. I think I have it on here. We don't want to click on the links, right? Never want to click on links. Even if you really know where it is, can you take an extra couple seconds and go to the website? Takes a couple seconds, but now you're on that website. So we don't want to make quick purchases while browsing social media, right? We don't want to just click on something and buy it. Click on it, look at it. If you want to, do a little research on it if it's big. I set some parameters in my personal life. If it's under $50, I'll buy it because I have recourse, my credit card, and I'm not too worried about it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time researching it. But when it starts getting expensive, right, I'm going to do a little more research. I'm going to check the website. What's the return policy, right? Is there real people working there? If I have to return it, is it just an email address? Then I'm not likely to buy it because you never can talk to anybody. So, I'll check, is there people? Go to LinkedIn if you really want to see people at the company, real, right? What are the people that are working? What do the people look like? So again, don't click on links or open attachments. Here's my attachment, right? Here's those yearbook pictures from an old friend. Click on them, check it out. You click on it, malware opens, right? If you're like a lot of people, we don't clear out our history in our browsers, right? So all that computer has a lot of stuff in it. You might not even use your computer that much. It still has a lot of stuff in it, right? You can use it to check your balance on your account or your shopping information. You're putting in passwords. So we don't want to click on things. Don't believe everything we see or read, right? A lot of information out there that's incorrect. So if you follow some simple procedures, we're not as likely to get scammed. But again, check your balances on a regular basis. And I'm saying every day, but look at your bank statement, look at your credit card statement, look through it, because the days of someone stealing a credit card, right? They take a credit card from you, or they got your number. Used to be then they go to, at least in my day, they steal your credit card, they go to Walmart, they fill up the car with gas, and they go to a liquor store. And back in my day, they used to also buy cigarettes. So then you get a call from your credit card company, hey, did you go to Walmart, liquor store? No, I didn't. Now they've put little charges on your account for $10, $12 under a weird name. And if you don't look at your account, it's just a recurring charge. Oh, like that must be real, right? I might have signed up for something. So it's $100 a year, $200 a year. But if you check it, you can stop it, right? Same with the bank account. You start getting a charge, or you get that 1 cent charge, right? Someone's testing your account. Then next thing you know, there's money coming out. See, we want to check that. We want to catch it early. So that's why I say two-step verification for at least your bank accounts, your email, and your investment accounts, and nothing else. At least that's where your money is, right? And that's your information. Because you want to protect that. And with that, I appreciate you guys listening to me. Hopefully it was somewhat helpful to spend an evening with me in this cold weather. But again, I don't want to panic anyone, right? We spend a lot of time online. We do a lot of things on social media. It's a good source of entertainment, pleasure, talking to families, right? It's a good thing. We just have to set some parameters on it, make sure we do it safely. Because there are, unfortunately, a lot of people out there that are looking to get information from us and steal our identity and get money. So if we just follow a couple steps, slow down, don't panic. Okay? The best, if we just take that one step, we're 25% less likely to be scammed if we just don't react right away, right? You get a hold of a scammer, they don't want you off the phone, right? They don't want you to, they want you there because you're likely to make a bad decision. If you have time to think about it, or if they ever ask you, don't tell anyone about this, right? Don't talk to your husband or wife, right? It's just between you and me. We'll make it better. Those are all what we call red flags. So, any other questions? I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Alex.